And here we are,
All right, here
on
we
to
are.
episode
You know,
two
that,
of the same night, but no one knows that.
that was actually a pretty good jazz song. I was just thinking, speaking of jazz, why don't we make a
Like you could hear
jazz
it.
club and coffee place, and we're gonna call it Drink Your Jazz.
Okay, all right. That would probably pop off, especially nowadays. You know what the biggest crowd would be?
Or call it
Dudes.
jazz with extra cream.
That'll be the slogan underneath.
Yeah.
Drink your
Yeah.
jazz, but also that jazz has extra
Give your,
cream in it.
give your, no, the slogan's gonna be like, give your coffee a little jazz.
Wake up with some creamy jazz.
What kind of what kind of cream would you like? Jazz. 2 jazzes, please. Can I get 2 jazz packets? I just
Just
I
give
feel
it-
like
just
if they
give
ever
it
wanted
2
a large,
pumps.
no, if they ever wanted, no, see if they ever wanted like a larger size of like coffee, they have to say jazz it up.
one of the options is two pump chunk. How long would you like that? How long would you like that to be done for? About 30 seconds. How many shortcut jokes can we make about coffee? Can I get the 2%? Do you have any clear coffee milk? Oh my god. What a way to start it. Oh, by the way, hey there, champs. Hey there, chumps. How you pumping today? Ugh.
Oh.
So this is part 2 to the previous one that you might hear. We thought we'd cut it a little bit shorter at this point. No more 3-hour long podcasts.
You have
Yeah.
a drink called the frothy jazz.
What sucks that what? The frothy jazz. It foams in your mouth. Can I just get my coffee black and then the foam? I'll just chase it with the foam. What?
I just want my
Damn.
coffee black, no jazz, please.
They're like, get out. Get out. They're like, what? I just don't want any cream in my coffee. They're like,
God damn it, we started this up again.
whoops.
You liked the video.
Click like on it. Yes, I did. And I will prove it to you. I will prove it to you. What? No, alt. Oh, god dang. There. Liked. Why is it a white thumb? And then the dislike is a black thumb. That's okay, back to the fractals. It's- So anyway, as we were saying, how do you like your coffee though? Do you like coffee? I had a 4-hour drive to and from Artesia, New Mexico. Had to buy 2 monsters, sugar-free. So I got that taurine and that
Asperger's.
I got the Asperger's while that.
So that drive developed Asperger's and why are you laughing? It's Asperger's with a P. Asperger's. Aspartanes. As it
No,
pertains to me. So
No, but
I
No,
survived.
I mean, I normally don't drink coffee.
No one
But
cares what
there-
coffee you like unless it's got jazz in it. So stop talking
Yeah, dude.
about it.
Anytime I go there, I get the I jazz it up so much. I get extra jazz in it.
Could I get a coffee with like 4 scoops of jazz, but without the coffee?
Can I just get jazz in a cup, please? With some ice.
I don't.
Can you microwave it for me? I prefer.
Dude,
I like
not
my
even-
coffee like I like my jazz with no coffee. Why are we laughing? This is so stupid. Yeah.
So hard rated this cigarette because of all these jazz jokes.
What?
It's been so hard for me to hit a cigarette with all
Oh.
these jazz jokes. Every time I keep wanting to hit it. Dude, I've been crying laughing.
Good. I'm glad. This is what we're all about. This is super important. This is important. Shout out to the Workaholics podcast, but this is not that. This is super important. These are topics that need to be spoke about immediately. Jazz in your coffee is the biggest subject going on. It's becoming political now.
Dude, I'm actually so down to make that business idea become a reality, though.
Did we even remember we as an I or you two? You know, we. Do we even remember what the company was called?
Drink your jazz.
That wasn't it.
Yeah, that was the name of the company, and then we had a slogan.
Drink your jazz?
But I thought our slogan should be "Wake
Drink
up with
your
some
jazz.
creamy jazz."
I think you're wrong. I don't remember you guys saying
No, I
that.
came up with the name. Like I
Yeah.
was thinking about
And you
it
said
before
wake up
we
with
even
some
started
jazz
the
in your
podcast.
coffee?
Drink.
No,
the
I
best
said "Wake
one.
up with some creamy jazz."
Oh.
Should be our slogan.
Yeah, and then we just made a billion
Drink
Oh.
jokes
names.
about jazz.
And our song
Yeah.
would be, "The best part of waking up is coming in your cup."
Is jazzing in your cup.
Jazz. Okay, fine.
You gotta stick with a theme.
You had to make a PG. What the fuck?
You
Well,
have
you have to say jazz.
It's
you
a
gotta say-
family-friendly business.
Oh.
No, or you have to
Jazz.
say jazz. and
Fun
up
for
the
the
cup.
whole family.
Like the best part of waking up is jazzing up your cup.
Jazzing in your cup, but yeah. I think we're on to
Yeah.
something here. We figured it out. $1 million business. Also, I don't know how to make coffee, so I'm fucked.
I'm pretty sure we'd get sued by Folger,
How?
because that's their jingle.
You can't. You could copyright.
just-
We're not. What?
We just changed the words. It's still their jingle.
Did you know Happy Birthday was copywritten?
It's not anymore. It's public domain
No, but
now.
Steve,
Oh.
no, but we
It
fall
was,
under
like,
the.
I said
we
it
fall
was.
under the line of, well, we fall under the line of parody, though.
Not for a business though. That doesn't work.
Well, not for a business, but we wouldn't be using that slogan. We'd have our own.
Right. We wouldn't use that jingle. We would. It would play.
We
in
have
the,
some,
it
we
would
have
play
some
in the shop
hardcore.
while people are drinking their cups.
Oh, we have some hardcore jazz going on in the background.
Hardcore.
like some.
Another Pornhub section I need to research. It's what?
Hardcore
like some
jazz.
Hardcore
Just in the
jazz.
background as we're trying to, yeah. And then we're gonna just be like, jazz, like, yeah, come over to Drink Your Jazz, where you can get the extra jazz sizes of drinks.
So what are jazz hands? Would they look like this, or would they look like this?
Yeah. They're
Are
like,
those
this
the
is
jazz
really
hands?
good coffee. Really good coffee. Yes, they're shaking up
We-
the thing. They're
we-
just shaking up the thing. You know,
we-
they're gonna shake it.
We grind our
Iced
coffee beans with a mortar and pestle.
Or a dildo and
Just making some jazz.
a dildo and a pistol.
Look, well, we're supposed to be making a legit business here, all on innuendo, all right?
I can't imagine grinding something in a mortal with a fucking pistol.
Why? It's hard steel. It's metal. It would work.
It's
Stirring
like
it around.
totally loaded and everything. Like shoot a fucking hole through your counter.
Well, that's because
We add
that's
element of danger
like
in
proper
our
training.
dating.
You know, it's pointed down at the counter. You know, you got your pistol and you're mixing it and shit. But if it goes off, then you know that guy's not worthy of owning a firearm because he can't keep his finger off the trigger. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that guy can't make jazz because he shot his dick off.
Wait, his dick goes that far under the counter? Whoa. Poor guy. I mean, damn, he lost something good there.
So, not even to be too mad about this episode, but you have to call it, like, Jazz It Up or something.
No, we're gonna call it Drink Your Jazz.
Drink your jazz. Dude.
I mean, if we're not gonna make that company, we gotta name the episode that, so.
I'm telling you, that would be an amazing business idea.
I'm
Just
so
drink-
down.
I've
Always
lot of-
wanted to own a business.
I've seen a lot of innuendo company names, and it's like, how do they get away with it?
There's a place in Vegas. I think it's called Dick's or Angry Dick's or something. But the staff, their literal job is to be as big of a dick to you as possible.
I want to go.
Like their whole business model
That's
is
like
based on like people going there to be talked shit to.
Talk about an amusement ride. Am I right, boys? I mean, in Cruces, where we used to live right down the street, there was Whiskey Dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even a play on words.
I can't believe girls even brought their boyfriends there. I'd be like, hell no, we're not going there.
Why?
I'm not putting up with no whiskey dick later.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's the whiskey. If you
No,
get
the
so
whiskey
drunk that you
is
can't
like-
get it up, there's another problem you need to figure
I
out.
thought you were going to say there's an app for that.
No. So it's like you
So,
just yell
yeah.
at them. It's not about the
You
whiskey,
date-
is it, Paul?
It's not about inside joke that
What?
so my buddy got really mad at me because I kept taking his chips, and I ate like literally 5 chips, and he was super mad, and probably high on a certain substance that I won't name, cocaine, Coca-Cola, sorry, and
You want a Coke?
he got so mad, he snatched out of my hand, he's like, if you touch my fucking chips again, dude, I'll beat your ass. I was like, it's not about the chips, is it, Parks? He was already pissed at something else, and he was high as shit and drunk, so I was like, wow, this guy.
He tells me that sometimes when I'm like actually frustrated about something.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I would do that too, just for the joke's sake. It's not about the whatever, is it?
It's for the lulz. She probably
it does,
is that.
It does end my frustration
I
pretty
try to.
quickly.
It's like, is it that time of the week where you get your period every fucking 5 days?
Every 4 hours.
No, that's me.
Yeah, is it your time? You just tell them like, is it your time of the day?
Then I ask her, how many Overwatch rounds will this last? Some of them can last for 8 minutes. Some of them can last for literally 28 minutes.
Like,
If
can I
you go
play
into
a game-
overtime. So,
Can I play a game of League of Legends?
fuck no. What?
Oh, it's
Are you,
real.
what the fuck did you just say to me?
I'm not talking. I'm talking about how long the games last, because they're like 48 minutes. Like, can I play a game of like something like League of Legends?
I don't even want to
before-
hear your voice anymore.
Oh.
Why would you say that to me?
What's wrong with League of Legends?
Yeah.
I've never played it.
What's
So I
not
just-
wrong with League of Legends? There's 400 characters in one map.
Well, most of them are minions.
There's one map?
There's like only like 5 actual players. and
Okay,
then
there's
half
maybe
a
2.
minion.
Fuck League of Legends. I don't know why people play it. It's so bad.
I played it as like a freshman in high school, but I never
That
tried
makes
to pick it
sense.
up.
I
Most-
played Minecraft till I was 20.
We just played Minecraft like
Oh, that's true. Well,
a few months ago.
Bro.
I taught them how to play Minecraft because they all suck. That was like the first game you started playing, huh? On PC.
Mm,
Doesn't matter.
I think
Actually, I make a joke about Minecraft because when I was in 7th grade, I started playing Minecraft, and then I found out this chick who was my friend. I was like, she said she played Minecraft, and she invited me to her castle. And I was like, in my 7th grade
Ooh.
mind, I was like, that was the biggest flex on anybody. Like, dude, this girl showed me her Minecraft castle. Like, like.
She spent so much time building this shit, and then she invited me to it, dude. You should have seen the bedroom. I didn't, but it's probably pretty cool.
she takes you in. She's like, this is where the magic happens. It's just like a bed in an
No.
empty room.
No, she's like, this is the hallway where all the doors are. That's my bedroom. You can't go in there. This is your bedroom, and it's just like cobblestone.
How come there's no bathroom aspect to Minecraft? Like, you don't have to shit or piss?
You do have to shit on Ark. All of a, like randomly you'll hear like a and it says at the top left, it says, you defecated. And you can pick up your own shit and put it into a manure pile. So Ark survival evolved.
You don't shit in
could-
Valheim either.
Yeah, I think Ark is the only one I've played that where your character actually takes a shit. And then you can pick up your shit, bare hands, and just put it into a manure pile. And then you can grow plants and stuff. So it's like, what's the point? You can pick up dinosaur poop too. With your bare hands. You don't even use a shovel. You just pick it up, put it in your backpack with all your other tools.
Yeah, maybe you got a special pocket in your backpack just for...
Yeah, your prison pocket.
Ew. You pick up dinosaur poop and put it in your butt?
That's where it belongs.
That's not okay.
That's where it belongs. How mushy does it get when you try to shove it up there, though? See, this is super important. We need to talk
just
about
mashing it into your ass crack.
Try to get the guy from Mythbusters.
this. No, you put a funnel, dude. Oh my god, you do a handstand and put a funnel in your ass. Oh my
How do you
God.
craft a funnel? It's
No,
like
you
made
get-
out of
you get-
hay or
no.
something.
I was
You
gonna
get one
say
of
it's bamboo.
No, you get one of those inflators for like air mattresses and shit. You
No,
put it
this is
down the
this
funnel
is no, this
to
is prehistoric.
enable get like a flow of air traveling the shit into your asshole.
Oh, that'll work.
That's the only effective way.
Or like take a
You just
vacuum,
throw it down
but
a
put
funnel.
the exhale part of like a shop vac. The exhale part, the part that blows out the air.
Yeah,
So-
see something like that. Just-
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Let's
Or
try
you
it.
just put your ass directly up to the dinosaur's ass as it shits.
Oh, I don't think they would. Oh,
That-
because
no, you
your
have to-
anus
you have to
wouldn't be
level up
open
that
to
skill.
that.
You have to level that up. That's
Oh. That's
two-
like
like
way
nothing.
later in the game.
yeah, that's late game stuff. You got to build a vacuum out of twigs and water.
No, yeah. So first you have to learn how to
And a
make the
bunch of
vacuum.
squirrels
Then you have
on
to,
wheels.
then you have to learn how to
No,
make
you
the
just use water
vacuum
pressure.
with your asshole.
You just use water pressure. She's wrong. You take a thing where like the water starts draining into something so that there's air pressure and that pulls the air, and then the air sucks the poop up, shoots it through the other side,
And gives you a
and
poop
goes
enema.
into the funnel. Yes, that'd be funny if like the funnel was the last thing you could craft.
You know, this podcast has gone to some levels we have not explored yet, and this is great.
Honestly, this podcast has turned into shit into funnels. So. Hey, well, back when YouTube first came out, there was this video of a child texting an older lady. Didn't know the lady didn't know it was a child, but they met at the park, and was texting and
I
said,
saw that.
"You want to poop back and forth?"
I saw that.
This
I
was
thought
like
it was from a
early-
movie.
No, I don't know.
I
where
thought it
was
was
from.
a clip from a movie.
Wherever it's
and I
from.
remember
this
seeing that
child
when I was,
says,
like,
"Do you want
12,
to poop back and forth?"
And I was like,
She's like,
I'm scarred
yes.
for life now.
Well, after one man, one jar, and meat spin, I think I'm pretty good. I'm set off. To,
I saw some of the even worse videos, like on like 4chan, or somebody like once my coworker in Las Cruces was like, "Have you seen this video about like the cartel in Mexico beheading the guy, and I'm like,
I saw that one too.
Yeah, I saw that too. Didn't he like use like a tiny little steak knife, and it took him like 5 minutes?
No, I remember it being like a machete, and he had to like hack it like 3 or 4 times to get all the way through.
Oh, I didn't see that
and
one.
he was holding the guy by his hair, and you could see the guy's face was just like.
Oh my god, it's so brutal. The one I saw, he used a tiny little fucking steak knife.
I
And you could hear him fucking gurgling. Graphic as fuck. Very shit quality video, but you could hear it clearly in the audio. He just... And it took him like 10 minutes to do. I watched the whole fucking thing. I don't know why. I was like 15 years old.
The one I saw, the guy was alive pretty much until they made that final hack.
It's insane. So, I mean...
Brutal.
And then I found Faces of Death, and I started scrolling through, and I was like, oh.
Dude, the internet sometimes is a dark place.
I was like, I'm not going here.
Like, until, like, I'm saying anything before regulations, it's a fucking crazy place.
Oh, yeah, it was like the fucking
That's what I was
Wild
about to
West
say.
back then, man.
Yeah,
when it first came out.
This is insane. As soon as I started scrolling and seeing, like, images of and titles of the videos, I was like, oh, God. I didn't watch any after that. I was like, there's too much. I can't believe this is the thing. I probably just went and, like, blanked my mind out with video games, probably played Guitar Hero or something. I was like, this is insane. This is anyone can watch this. What the? Also, you go onto a porn website. It's like, are you 18? Now they don't even ask you.
No.
They're like, what's the point?
Whatever.
Useless time. Useless.
Well, it would
waste of
ask, and then you just click yes.
Yes,
and
I'm
then-
8.
Yeah,
I'm
it
8.
wouldn't matter.
I'm 18.
Yeah, I was like, it wouldn't matter because it would just be like, oh, well, what are they gonna do? Like, scan you? Like, you know, for each user? Yeah, using it, they're like, hold on, are you 18? Even if they asked you for your birthday, you can just lie on that shit.
I know. It's like, if you're old enough to jack off, you're old enough to pick a different birthday. What the fuck, man? It's so stupid. There should be... Honestly, you should have to, like, enter your driver's license. They're already tracking your web history anyway. I got the fucking hiccups. But they're already tracking websites you go to.
Yeah.
You should have a driver's license to watch porn. You should at least be 21. Because it's fucking kids up. It's making them... I don't know. I actually haven't met anyone. But on Omegle, I see children that are like... I mean, not everyone on there is trying to, you know, see some chick's titties.
Yeah.
But they are. I'll see groups of like 3 or 4 kids that are like young teenagers. 14, 15. And it's like, I'm like, dude, get off of here. There's some stuff on here you're not going to see. And they're like, yeah, we've already seen a few dicks. I'm like, what? I've been on here for an hour and I haven't seen one dick. What is... No one wants to show me their dick, I guess. It's
Your algorithm. Yeah, I was like, what's your algorithm? Are you looking for the dicks?
mine.
Ooh, maybe we should try
Oh,
typing in dicks into our...
Well, that's why I told her to stick around. Because she's like, I don't want to be on
We
I don't-
almost saw a couple fuck one time.
She wasn't into it. And they all... Okay, I also talked to you about this one.
She wasn't into it. I love how, like, Chris was almost like, I was into it. But she
I was
wasn't
so
into it.
surprised. I was like, what is happening? I was like, what? Is this like a pre-played video? Like, I was so confused.
Well, to be fair, I'm not really super into like watching porn together either.
This wasn't porn. This was us.
Well, it was about to be.
Okay, it wasn't porn. It was pornographic. It was like, what? They're actually gonna do this. And then they got too intimate. They started like kissing, and I was like, just fuck. Anyway,
It's like, speed it up already. Come on.
God, this is
We're
what
like...
come on.
P to
Anyway,
B,
so
at least
this
P to
other-
M.
what?
I said P to B already. Come on, or at least P to M.
Right. So there was this. Oh, this one was so weird. It looked like they were sitting like on the other side of like a bar or like a island table in the kitchen or something. And it was a dude in the middle and two chicks on the side, an older dude and younger chicks, maybe 20s something. And I was like, "What's up?" And the guy was like, "Hey, what are you on here for?" I was like, "I don't know, just trying to meet some cool people, you know, talk, chat, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I was just making sure you're not a weirdo, you know, because I got to take care of my daughters, make sure they're not talking to any weirdos." I was like, "Okay, that's cool. What are you guys doing?" And then, at first I was one chick, and she was like, "Hey, what's your name? Come over here." And then she looked at the camera, and she's like, "Oh, he's cute." Stood on the other side of the older gentleman, not really a gentleman, but a man, and was like, "Okay, just making sure you're not, my daughters aren't talking to any weirdos." The chick that showed up just pulled her shirt up and just started showing me her titties and like shaking them around. The dude kisses her on the mouth, starts smacking her titty, and I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, and I'm like sitting in the back. I'm sitting back there, and I was like, "Is that your dad or your daddy?"
He's like, "You gotta treat
'Cause
your
he
daughters
called them
well."
their daughter.
He's all, it's all love here. You gotta treat your daughters well. I was like, "What the?" It was a train wreck. I was like, obviously it's a daddy, sugar daddy type situation. And they were like, "Are you jealous? You wish you could be him, huh?" And I was like, "Not really."
He said, "I can't afford it."
Oh yeah, I was all, "No, I can't afford it." It was weird as fuck.
But then I got up and I walked over here to see what the fuck was going on. And like, I think as soon as they saw me stand up and start walking over here, they just skipped.
No, I did. I was like, "This is insane." Either way, weird shit happens on there. And that wasn't even on the, they have an unmoderated section, which, that's where we're going to find dicks. Which we might do tonight.
You're like, get ready.
It's always, it's always phone cameras facing up to the ceiling in a dark-ass room with the ceiling light on with the fan rolling. And every time I'm like, "Show me your dick!" And then I stop doing that because sometimes it is a child. So I don't do that. But if it is a dude laying in his bed, you know, you can see him against his headrest under the blankets. The blankets are moving a little bit. I'm like, "Show me your dick!" They just skip. It's so funny. The desperation is what gets me. I love it. It's so funny, dude. Like, Pornhub exists. Why are you on Omegle? Is that your kink?
Well, one guy, he was like straight up. He was like, "Nah, bro, I'm trying to see some titties or whatever." And you were like, "Do you know Pornhub exists?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I want something live."
You know, they do, apparently, like, you know, they have, like, OnlyFans and apparently, like, a bunch of live shows or whatever.
You could probably subscribe to some chick's OnlyFans for, like, $5 a month.
Yeah. Like
Some of them are, like, $30 a month.
More?
Yeah.
I haven't looked, honestly. I've been curious, but if I start making money that I could just drop, I might be like, "Amity, you want to find some dudes or chicks on OnlyFans and fuck with them?" I don't know, it's funny. Hey, good for them though, I guess.
There was one where this lady was like pandering to dudes that had foot fetishes. And then, but she would like make little sets with like little tiny like people, like little dolls, like this big. And then with her big ass foot, she would like
stomp on
them and like
what?
Yeah.
What? And that turns me on. I'm hard already, dude. Whoa. Awesome.
I think she was charging like $15 a month to subscribe.
It's not about the feet, is it? It's about the little people. You feel so big now. Can you jerk me off with a Lego hand? I feel a little bit better about myself.
There's gotta be dudes out there that are like totally into that like Amazonian like giant woman.
Right.
Type
Yeah. Futurama
fantasy.
did that, I think.
Yeah. Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
I love when they're all death by snoo-snoo, and all the guys are like, woo! Aw, but woo!
It's so funny, dude. I mean, to each their own. As long as they're not harming anybody else, that's cool. Fine. I'll allow it. Cool. I guess.
That's why Snoo Snoo's the way. I think that's how they wanted to go.
Well, I want to go by getting a giant foot smashed on my head, so.
Bigger boot! You don't know that reference? The SpongeBob movie. Where that guy's about to stomp them with their boot, and Patrick's like, that's a big boot. And then that
The scuba diver guy?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
Stomps
remember.
on him.
Bigger boat! It's great. SpongeBob is awesome, dude.
SpongeBob, how come? No, because it's supposed to be like a child show. But for
But-
anybody, all like the millennials and even Gen Zs, everybody knows SpongeBob. Like I'm just saying, like throughout everybody who was a kid from the time it started to even now, everybody knows SpongeBob, and it's so quotable, too quotable.
Yeah. We didn't rewatch all of them,
No.
but we tried.
The uploads they have on Watch Cartoon are trash. Like, you know how the SpongeBob episodes are split in two, so they'll play like
Oh, yeah.
two short episodes, but it's one episode. Well, they only play the first one on Watch Cartoon Online. It'll have both titles, like this/that, but then it only plays the first one. It only plays the first like 10 minutes, and then it doesn't play the second half of the episode. So I don't know what happened. Someone fucked up when they uploaded it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was annoying. That's probably why we stopped watching it, honestly. I remember now. That
You
was
can
a
watch
long time
half the
ago.
because you can always watch half the episodes, but you never know what's happening through the full episode. Like through the other
Well,
half.
it's like two split parts.
No, yeah, exactly.
They're not connected at all.
No, I know, but that's what I mean.
Well,
You're still
they-
missing episodes, technically.
Right, literally
Because they were in-
half of the episodes. Maybe that's how they get away with it, by not playing the full thing. I don't know. I watch cartoons
I
online.
don't know. I think we might be able to get SpongeBob on Prime though. Now
I don't know if I want to make that commitment right now.
we have Prime already.
Watching
Oh.
SpongeBob, not what? Yes,
Well,
I know we have
you don't
Prime.
have to make a commitment.
Yes, you do. You gotta watch it. You have to like put it on the TV and use your eyeballs to see it. Otherwise, it doesn't exist, right? That's the paradox. We were watching some stupid paradox video, and I was like, "These aren't paradoxes.
Dude,
They're
the
just
Schrodinger's cat paradox is so fucking retarded.
almost every
It is
single one of those
funny.
besides
Well-
one was stupid."
No, because the original experiment sounds great, but everybody uses it for any excuse almost.
Well, they're like, you don't know if the cat's alive or dead until you open the box. So until you open the box, it exists in a state of being both alive and dead. It's like, no. It's either alive or dead. Just because you can't observe something doesn't mean.
So
No,
dumb.
but it's like a experiment that also compares to a lot of different things where, yeah, you don't know what kind of state this is in until you see it for yourself.
That's what I don't get. It's like, what the fuck? People are like, the universe doesn't exist without you observing it. It's like, what?
It's like a great excuse because you're like, I didn't kill the cat because I don't know if the cat's alive or dead.
It's so stupid.
So
I
you can't.
It's the
put
dumbest.
blame on
Schrodinger was a fucking moron. He was onto something. He could have been very more intricate about it, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist or
Well, but it is
a
a
live
quantum
cat or
physics.
dead cat. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Pisses
Yeah,
me
it was-
off, dude. I'm triggered now.
It was a
These
quantum
paradoxes
Let
are
John
so
say what
fucking
he's trying to
stupid.
say.
Okay, I pull him Dennis O'Neill. I'm gonna shut up. Sorry.
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying it was a quantum physics experiment, so there could have been better studies, made about it in that realm. But to the everyday person, we're like, that's it might not make sense.
I,
So
I don't
they
know.
I don't
probably
know.
went like
It's
way
just like
deeper on this, but
just because I've never been to China or seen China does not mean that it doesn't exist.
yeah.
According to Schrodinger's dick, it does.
Well, according to him, it could or could not exist.
It could not. Yeah, it could or could
Like
not.
the ice wall. I've never seen it. Does it
No.
exist or does it not?
All right, Eddie. Hey, Eddie Bravo, calm down.
Well, what if I
I've
went?
never seen the round Earth.
What if I went to the edge of the earth
I have.
and saw the ice wall?
I used to
Does
watch
the ice wall doesn't exist because I haven't seen it yet? But once I see it, then it exists all of a sudden? What? It makes no fucking sense. This fucking stupid theory about nothing exists
Well,
unless you
actually,
observe
what
it.
you said. So what you said, if you said that you don't think the ice wall exists, and then when you see it, it automatically exists, that
No,
would be proving it right. But or
It
are you
exists in
saying-
my mind because I saw it and now it's real and I've seen it and I have a memory of seeing it. But it's always been there. It never left. It's always been there.
Yeah, I feel
But
like
now
this
that I
is
saw
like
it, it exists in my memory. That's it.
when you're
relative?
2.5 years old and you discover object permanence.
Object permanence, like, well, how much mana did they cost?
Is that a makeup?
But like
Permanence.
before a certain age, like if I had a ball in my hand, right,
Yeah.
and I showed it to a baby, and then I put it behind my back, that baby doesn't like thinks that ball disappeared, like it went away, it doesn't exist anymore. But then when you turn a certain age, you discover that object permanence is a thing, and that things are still there even when you can't see them.
So what you're saying is a bunch of 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds made a bunch of stupid theoretical paradoxes on the internet and posted it.
Yeah.
And then
If
they
I
walk away.
hold something behind my back, it still exists even though I can't see it. But that's what I was telling Chris. I was like, I feel like Schrodinger, was he like deaf and had no sense of smell and like and totally numb? Like he thought the only way to observe things was by
No,
seeing
not the
it.
only thing. That was one experiment. Like, don't like.
No,
Even though that's
no,
only
but
one
he wrote a whole
example.
thing about it. He really went through with it. He was like, I'm onto something. And you're
No,
like,
it is
yeah,
like
you're
walking-
on fucking penicillin bread. You're tripping. You're on acid, dog. Calm down.
No, because he. It is a good quantum physics experiment, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't like you can't just ignore
Right.
something
No,
that's there.
He tried. He got into an
think-
ethereal state,
yeah, I
where
think he was-
multi-dimensional type, where you,
No,
I think he was
Fuck,
trying to
thing-
get to the point where like your perception defines your reality.
No, so what I was saying before though,
But-
it's like
Was it
it's a
metaphor the
good
whole time?
quantum. So
Sorry.
I'm saying before, it's like it's a good quantum physics experiment. So like they can use equations and figure out things from that about different states of being. I
Right.
guess. You know, instead of like just thinking about the actual act,
It was
there's
just
more to it.
an example.
Then-
It was like not an analogy, but like
No, basically an analogy about how.
it was like a
Things-
metaphorical statement about if I can't observe it at all, then it's not there.
Or how do I know that it exists?
And
Right.
it's in different states of being. Like, yeah, you can never tell what state of being, so you have not been on one side or the other until you observe that.
No, that makes sense. I get that. I think he was being metaphorical about it, but if he was being serious, he's an idiot.
Well, I think that.
But
could have
also,
been
he
a
was
way of
old as
putting it.
shit back in the day. He was like if he was still alive, he'd be like,
He's all
Well,
demented. He's like, I
well,
don't know
kids-
if the cat's alive or dead.
No,
put
it's
him
like,
in
it's
there
like,
a week
if he
ago.
was, if he was alive back, if he was alive now, how age would he be? It's like 25.
no, I'd be like 12.
No, no, because I always hear about stuff like that, like all the different diseases that people can't cure. So one of my just to make a quick story out of this, I made an entire research project in high school about the poet Robert Frost.
Okay.
He makes beautiful poetry, like it's very good. And but I was like reading about his life, and like apparently in his life he had like 12 kids, and he lost like maybe 8 or 10 of them.
Where? At Walmart or the dollar
No, so
store?
like different diseases because he was like in like the 1800s, and he like moved from like America to England, and like did like all kinds of weird shit.
So he lost him in the ocean? I'm confused. Where? How did he lose
No,
his children?
he lost them from disease.
Yeah, you said the seas, but
No,
which sea?
disease.
Which seas was he going through?
He lost them from like I think like most of them were from like cholera, or I know I got the joke, but I'm trying to.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, so he lost his kids from disease, and then he started going crazy and making up crazy shit, and then writing cool poetry. Go on.
So like beautiful poetry, but you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, how did this guy have the worst life? Losing like his entire family and stuff to fucking disease and
Some people can deal with it, man.
and
That's a
no, but
good
then
question. That's a really good question.
no, because all of that, and then being a poet on top of it, like when you read his poetry,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Maybe he was glad. Maybe 12 children was too much. Maybe he's like, I'd rather. I wish I just had like 4.
I lost my children. Air quotes for the listeners. Like I said, which seas did he lose the children in? The seas. He lost them in the seas.
even in his fucking poems are quoted in the Outsiders.
I don't know what that is. Oh, that movie?
Well, it was a book first. Uncultured swine.
I can't read. I can't watch books, but I can read
can't
movies.
Sorry, it's like you're in this cap with I can't. Yeah, I can't read. Yeah.
No, I can't watch books, but I can read movies. Are you jealous? Have you noticed that I'm the most expressionable of all? Like my eyebrows do things.
No, you said that.
Not well. I have to repeat it because that podcast got deleted.
No.
So our
No,
audio
it's
was
fine.
shit,
I
but
still- I
fuck,
still-
that's why I said we
I
didn't
still
do an
think
audio
it's
check
like-
every time. Sorry. Anyway, go on.
Well, I still say you should have just stuck with I can't read. It's the best excuse anybody ever has. Like,
Well, I don't have to state that. That's like a known fact through time. I can't read.
I mean,
I've
it
told
does
all my
feel like-
coworkers now. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a good reader. I've told them all that now. I'm like, I'm not a good reader. If you have something to tell me, please just call me and tell me. Don't send it in an email because I'll either read it wrong or I won't remember, but if you call me and tell me.
Sorry, I'll be right back. Yeah, you're so
Alright.
boring. No, keep going.
So boring, he says. Did he say that? Anyway, yeah, Amity's a very audible person. If I show her how to do something physically through eyeball sight, she's like, "Oh, I don't get it." I have to explain it to her. I have to say, take your left arm, put your hand in this position, push that button.
Yeah.
Take your other arm. Also, make sure your legs are bad because you might fall off the ladder.
And reading and writing takes so much of my energy that I literally cannot.
I feel that.
I
feel
cannot like
I
hear anything or.
I can't retain literature either. I can't retain it. That's why I don't read. I like to hear it and see it.
But the thing with like audiobooks, if I'm not doing anything else, I will just fall asleep.
But I can listen to podcasts.
I can too if
So
I'm
what the
doing
fuck?
something, but if I'm not doing anything, I will
No.
just fall asleep.
That's weird. When I'm learning how to do something, I like to see it happen, and you don't have to say anything. I can just watch you do it, and I'm like, I get it. That's cool. But like telling a story, I ain't trying to read that shit. Just Audible. I don't listen to Audible, but I listen to podcasts, and it's great.
Like, I feel like if I'm listening to something, I need something to at least keep my eyes busy. Like, I could probably listen to a podcast and watch this fractal video and be fine. But if I were, like, listening to a podcast and watching nothing, I would just fall asleep.
Oh.
That's why audiobooks are good for me while I'm driving, because then I at least have something to focus my eyes on.
Right. No, that makes sense.
But I'm still intently listening.
So, driving for me is very hypnotizing. You know, I get tired when I drive. Just because the lines going past and, like, the wormhole status of just, like, driving into nothing until you finally get there. Once I finally roll up to my destination, I'm like, finally, Jesus Christ. But then, before that, like, I've driving down a straight road for, like, 100 miles, 200 miles. I get so fucking tired. But if I listen to a podcast, kind of keeps me awake. Otherwise, I'll put on like a rap song that I know, and I'll try to rap along with it, or scream sometimes if I feel like it. But driving 4 hours to and from this job, driving the bucket truck that's top heavy with the bucket lift on it, that adds to the fuck, what, I can't wreck this truck, and the wind is blowing my truck all over the place. I'm like, fuck, dude, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
That keeps me awake. So I was totally fine. I was like, fuck, dude, I might, on the way back, I might have to take a nap, or at least rest my eyes, or get out and stretch or something.
Oh, fuck.
But, then,
keep going.
Anyway, yeah, so, driving my own personal vehicle, if I was driving 4 hours, I'd be like, I'm so fucking tired. I would pull over probably at a rest stop, like 2.5 hours in. I'd be like, I'm tired. But driving that big truck, it's not that big. It's like the size of my truck, but it has that bucket on it, which makes it top heavy. And then it was windy as fuck. And then you got fucking truck drivers, semi trucks, and they pass me because I have to do the speed limit because I have like a what they call some sort of monitor plugged into the truck, so I have to do the speed limit. But these truck drivers pass me, and it takes them literally an entire minute to pass me because they're doing like 1 mile faster than me, and they get so fucking close to me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Stay in your fucking lane, dude. The fuck are you doing? He almost fucking broke my fucking mirror.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm like, dude, fuck you. Stay behind me. You're doing 1 mile an hour fast me. You really have to pass me? What the fuck? I'm in the right lane. It pisses me the fuck off. It happened like 5 times. I almost got ran off the road 3 times because I had to fucking hit my brakes and this guy was changing lanes right next to me, dude. What the fuck, dude? Idiots. Fucking morons. And these guys are getting paid. They have CDLs and they're getting paid to drive this fucking shit?
Yeah.
Where's your fucking number on the back of your truck where it say, how's my driving? Well, 1-800 fucking piece of shit.com.
I think what happens
Terrible.
a lot is
Terrible.
those truckers are on a time crunch.
I don't give a fuck.
And so they end up driving longer hours than they should.
That's their fault.
And then they end up like almost falling asleep and shit.
Then get out of the left lane. Drive behind me slower.
Or just get off the road, because you're in a giant truck. You're putting more people's lives in danger than...
Clock out on your phone, which I'm sure they have, or whatever time you put in. Be like, oh, I had to pull over at 5 p.m.
They get paid per mile.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what they get paid. Literally 3 times I almost got ran off the road on a 2-lane highway, freeway, whatever.
No, what I'm saying is they get paid per mile, so they try to finish the job fast so they can go back and pick up more miles. So they can get a certain amount of miles per
They need
week
a different
or
business model. That is insane. That's so fucking dumb. I would go into a parking lot and just fucking do 100 miles at 5 miles an hour in the parking lot. The fuck?
But they drive so many miles that a lot of times they make like, I don't know, but like between 50 and 60 cents per mile.
What? How do you know that? Is it?
Because I've seen the backs of trucks that are like now hiring owner-operators 52 cents a mile, and that's like a good rate. Or at least it was a few years ago.
So I drive 200 miles and I make $100. Eat my dick, dude. Fuck that. Drive 600 miles, you make $300.
I don't know if they make a wage and then they make mileage on top of that if they're an owner-operator.
If they're an owner, they probably only get paid by the mileage. If they work
But
for a
that's what I'm saying.
company like
They're
Amazon,
driving like thousands of miles.
so they probably make pretty good money. But they also drive like shit.
Well, they think we all drive like shit. Like, I'm pretty sure truckers get pissed off at people in their little cars all the time.
No. Other people? Yeah. There's
yeah,
also
people that
other
like
shit.
cut them off, you know?
That's so
and,
rude,
like,
dude. I respect truckers to the fullest, but when a trucker's a fucking douchebag and like rolls into my lane, literally half of his, I'm on the fucking the little the rumble curb, whatever it's called, the rumble strip.
Yeah.
I'm on the rumble strip because he got so far into my lane, and then the fucking road sloops down sideways that it's pulling my truck off the road, and I have to fucking hit my brakes. Why are you in the left lane if you're... What? Dude, it's so fucking annoying. I could have wrecked that fucking truck. I probably wouldn't have died. But what if I was on a ledge where it was a very steep drop-off, you know? And my truck flips.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably die. Because this fucking asshole tries to pass me at 1 mile an hour, swerves into my lane. Fucking... Oh, dude. Retard. If I survived, I probably would have killed that motherfucker and went to jail for it. Allegedly.
Well, you don't even have to say allegedly because nothing ever happened yet. It's all just a little fantasy in your mind, Chris.
No, it could have fucking happened. If he had
like
ran me off the
podcast.
road, it would have fucking happened. Yes, it is a fantasy. Not a fantasy. I don't want it to happen. What's the opposite of fantasy where you think of something that could have happened that you don't want to happen? Because a fantasy is something you want to happen, right?
No, it's still a fantasy.
Oh, okay.
And, like, it's just a fantasy is not like exactly has to be what you want to happen.
Okay, I see what you're
But I
saying.
think it's a manifestation of something that can happen in the future.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. But either way, it's like... I don't know. 3 times. I counted them. 5 times truckers were dicks. They didn't swerve into me. But 3 of those 5 times they did swerve into my lane far enough to where I had to move over. And one of those times I had to hit the rumble strip and be like, what the fuck? And I'd hit my brakes, slow down, check my mirrors, make sure no one's behind me so I don't get rear-ended. You know, it's bullshit. Either way, I survived. I'm alive. Maybe I did die, and I came back into a different reality.
I almost got ran off the road in San Antonio one time by a semi. It was a 2-lane highway. It was like a on-ramp, I think. Or it was just after the on-ramp. But basically we're in this like spaghetti bowl of a highway. And I'm just minding my business, cruising along in the right lane. And this truck just merges over, and I have nowhere to go because there's a concrete barrier right on my right. So I had to just like slam on my brakes and honk. And the truck just like gets over and keeps going like as if
nothing happened.
Yeah. I was like, that dude could have sandwiched me between him and the fucking barrier easily.
Yeah.
Yep, traffic sucks, dude. Don't drive. You probably made the best choice to not drive.
Look, I want to drive because, like, around here, I need to drive to go do anything fun. But also, I'm like, if I was living in a big city, I wouldn't want to drive. Like, I've had the feeling of, like, if I moved to, like, some bigger city or something, I wouldn't need to drive.
What is that?
It's hair. His He's got hair on his arms. What do you mean?
Huh?
What?
Chris is.
Oh, it was a shadow. Nothing. I was listening to you. No, it was just a shadow. It was just a shadow.
Yeah, the shadow of my arms. You were just tripping out about.
No, it just looked weird. The way the shadow was, it looked like that you had a hair tie there on your wrist and a hair tie there, and it was only black or very dark right there.
Oh.
And I was like, why does he only have hair right there? Like, there's no hair anywhere else. It's just right there. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I heard what you said, but also, we're about to hit an hour. That's crazy, right? We just started the next one, and we're about to hit an hour, and it's...
Well, I mean...
Daisy's antibiotic.
Oh, yeah. Daisy's doing good. She's allowed to have her cone off while we're around, and they're not allowed to horse around. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
Bizu gets kind of rowdy, dude. She'll dog around. She'll, swipe her face and, like, bite her face. Not bite her, but, like,
No, well, I mean, Beezu's her actual mother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, she has, like, a very playful...
Yeah, she's calm about it, but, like, if she does happen to catch her stitches on her eyelid,
Yeah.
then, I don't know. She's looking like she's healed. It looks like it's healed. It looks like the stitches are ready to come out. I don't know if these are the ones that fall out. You know, the ones that you put in your mouth when you get, like, mouth surgery that just dissolve over time?
They do. They said they don't fall out.
They did say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Emily says they do fall out. Or they will, like, disintegrate or whatever, dissolve.
Okay. No, because, like, I didn't get those on my chin, because I've heard about those before, and they're like, oh, yeah, after a while, they'll just go away.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, even still with my chin.
So I don't know if you can see right there. That's their foam cone. Cotton cone. Have the hookups.
The hookups.
Hookups.
The hookups.
So we gave her that instead of the actual, like, plastic, goddamn cone. Which is better because that's like a portable pillow for her.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Love,
Sup?
you're gonna need booze in the morning.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
So you have to work?
Huh?
So you have to work? So should we go now?
There's plenty. I don't need. There's
It's
plenty.
only 7:30.
Are we gonna do a third episode of 410?
I'm down.
410.
I'm down. I mean,
All right.
I'll-
Hey, we're about to hit an hour. You said out loud that I need to booze for work. That's a lie. Not for work, but for after work. You said that. Weird.
I mean, only weird to you.
Well, I like to come home and
I
take a
thought we had
shot like
stopped
instantly.
recording already.
But even if you're not drinking more tonight, you probably still want more, huh?
Right. Well, it's only 7:30. I go to bed at like 11. Wake up at 6.
I just don't want to get to a
5:45.
point where we're both too drunk to drive to the store and get some more.
So as I was saying,
So it's in this one.
cut this.
One.
All right. All right. As we go to the store,
I'll drive you if you'll
Go
go in,
sh-
and also
fi-
I need jewel pods.
of course you do. And I need cigarettes. So eat dicks.
We'll be right back.
Be the same champion you were that before you started watching this podcast. Unless you're a better champion after listening to our nonsense. I have the fucking hiccups. Fantastic.
I'd say honestly.
And I will stand up one more time to to show my shirt. Rep this guy. Now that I It's still reversed on there, but it's good on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So OBS got it. OBS, it's not reversed on your screen?
No.
Why is it reversed on mine? That's on Discord. It's reversed. On OBS, I had to reverse my screen. So
It's
hangover
just because,
gang.
Just because the camera angle for you.
All right. Well, you want an
Well,
outro?
We don't need an outro.
Why
If we
not?
do-
Let's see what plays next.
We never have an.
We never
outro.
paused that. Here we go.
All right. You guys stay classy.
It's not
Drink your
playing.
jazz.
Drink your jazz. Everybody, drink your jazz. And I guess that's it because I closed it.
Stupid.
Whoops.